Hi, how are you?
Great, great, good to hear. Well, we just wanted to check to see if it's still a good time to talk about the production associate position.
Yes, sir. Still good, sir.
Great, great. So how's your day going so far?
Thanks,
Okay.
sir.
Getting busy, man. Really just on my way home to get cooking some
Bu-
dinner.
Busy day. No worries, no worries. Well, we want to
Yeah.
like to use this time to get to know more about your background experience. We did find your
Mhm.
resume on Indeed.
Yep.
And we want to check to see if that aligns with what we're looking for here at Certical Painters of Colombia.
Yep.
So the call should take about, we say about 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
What we'll go ahead and do is just kind of start off by get to know you a little bit better. And like I mentioned, if it's a potential fit for both of us, we'll
Yep.
discuss next steps.
Right.
Okay. With that being said, tell me a little bit about yourself. We can start on a little bit on the personal side, and then we'll get to the professional shortly.
Okay. So I'm a father of five, father of four kids. Extremely busy. Extremely uh motivated. You know, to work hard and to provide for my family. Um, Also, a lot of experience in supervising, management, payroll, and everything that I took care of my previous jobs that I had. I live here locally. I mean, West Columbia, within Columbia area, so I'm very familiarized with know, driving around and being on the road pretty much about 10 hours out of a day. But
All right.
yeah, pretty much getting up from start getting up at 6 in the morning till the sun goes down. So it's
Part of
very
um,
busy.
like you mentioned, kind of being a provider. As a father myself, I know how extremely it can get busy of working, and then sometimes, picking up the kids from school, taking them
Yeah.
to some to have practice, things like that. So completely understand.
Yeah.
And for the most part, would you say you've been out living in Colombia for a while now?
I've been in Colombia 26 years. Yep, since
So good, good.
1998. Yep,
Okay.
yeah,
So
been
like you
here.
said, familiar with the area.
Very familiar with the area. All kind of back ways, back roads. Um, yeah, I'm kind of uh, kind of a memory picture kind of guy. If I see something, I can get back to it pretty quickly. And things.
Great, great. No,
But yeah,
that's good. Like you said, we're because I'll tell you shortly in regards to kind of looking for someone that is familiar with the area, so that's always a plus. I also
yep,
noticed bilingual. Sí, sí hablo español
yes,
también, ¿verdad, Víctor?
100%, 100%
Okay.
español, escrito, leído, uh, hablado, everything. I mean,
Okay, eso es bueno. Vamos a seguir
sí,
la entrevista en inglés, pero it's good to know that. I know
sí,
that's
yep,
um, one of the preferred, as you kind of go through candidates, one of the things the owner herself was looking into kind of someone that is bilingual. So that's good to know.
yep,
With that being said, Victor, completely understand in regard to kind of the position right now due to the fact that it's the holidays coming
yes,
up, the end of the year.
yep.
One of the things we want to go ahead and ask you is, do you have a timeline on making a decision? Would you say you want something, sooner, as soon as possible? Wait till after the holidays? What would you say?
I'm looking for as soon as possible because right now I'm a partner with a friend of mine that things start to get a little kind of difficult to say the least.
Hmm.
As far as I'm trying to look for work to get us through the holidays because at this kind of industry we are, some usually slows down. By then
Yeah.
this time because people worry about family and presents instead of renovations or whatever we got to do. On the other point, my guys didn't want to push into it, so now we are into the last 3 weeks. We have not done any work. That being in mind, this morning it's like, hey man, if you find any extra side job you can do, go ahead because I don't have any money to pay you. I'm like, well, that's not good because
Yeah.
I'm a partner
Yeah.
with you, and I've been emphasizing countless times, countless times. Hey, we need to get this job. Like, oh no, we wait till the year begins. No, we cannot. So now I'm in the between a hard and a hard place, literally with Christmas coming, trying to get presents for the kids and all that.
Yeah. I mean, like you
Bringing
said, just kind of going into it, trying to be prepared or look a little bit ahead of to have jobs lined up. But with that
Yes,
being said, we do see your resume. Would this be at the coating equipment? American Spiral
yes,
or a different place?
yep. That took place. This is before I came back with my guy. So
Okay,
I had
so
a.
this is a
If
separate.
you look in this chrysalis creative contract you see in the resume, that was the guy I went with, and then I got hired on that plant as a specialist for their maintenance and also um, on their spray pumps and everything that they do because I have experience from working in Sherwin Williams and working with pumps, dealing with customers, and being hands-on kind of guy. So when I got hired, everything went good, and then the company actually that plant closed 3 departments, so that left 12 of us with no work on
Yeah.
mid-August this year. So we came
And
back. I started working with the guy at least for some time until everything started lining up good. But it's going back, to the same kind of issues that we were having back then, like about 2 years ago. So I was with American Firewall for about 2.5 years, and
no,
I had also experience. Yep.
and like you said, just kind of going through that, especially around this time, can be a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
When you have to, I know when we send out the message on Indeed, do you recall looking at the job description?
I did look. I was reading at it, but it was it didn't specify a lot of the things that general. It was just like a general thing on Indeed that I could read. It didn't show salary or nothing either, like compensation wise. So I didn't know what was the.
No,
That's
no worries. I'll
Yep.
go ahead and be able to explain to you over the phone.
Yep.
Most of the things. We'll just ask you a couple questions.
Mhm.
So just to confirm, and it's helping out your friend, the partner. This would be at the you said Chrysalis Creative Contracting.
Yep.
Is that though currently what you're doing right now?
Yes. Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay. And this would be renovation for residential, commercial, or flooring, painting.
Everything, yeah, industrial, commercial, residential, everything from epoxies to any paint, any paint covering that needs to be done. I had experience on also when I was in Sherwin Williams, I specialized with customers with concrete stains, you name it. Also different kind of industrial epoxies that they had. So
Okay, so familiar with different types, whether it's commercial, industrial, residential.
yes, yes.
If I were to ask you, what would you say is what you are looking for as you're kind of going through on Indeed or different websites for your next position?
I'm looking for on the kind of supervisory management position because of the experience I have in communication-wise, being bilingual. I know I can be an asset as I can communicate well with people, can translate, can be, I'm not just giving people orders, but I usually be actually sometimes if I need to roll my sleeves, roll them up and get to work. It's not, nobody's better than anybody else. Just at this point, I'm looking in that position on that similarity.
Okay, fair enough. And like you said, just kind of been in management position before,
yes.
Looking into that. What about when it comes to in a company, as you're going for your search, what do you look for in a company?
I look in a company that actually will communicate. Communication is big. I'm looking at a company that appreciates not, like in my case, me, but also their employees, people that, from every single fact of the company. Some companies I have that they treat the people that are on the field doing the hard work, they treat them like, they're that's all they are. They don't, they don't appreciate the value they bring to the whole picture. So I'm looking for that. Looking for company that's got good core values as well, as far as within the company that you can see that they rely on just the regular core values that we see around. That you can be trustworthy, that you can be reliable, that you can be that it's gonna be nothing that comes 6 months from now. They actually don't do that. And I've been in a couple of times in industries like that they promise something, they say something, and it's a complete different scenario once you go into the hiring process and you go through all that process. It becomes completely different.
At the end of the day, you talk about being valued. It's just feeling. It goes both ways. Like as an employee, representing the company. So, the company has its core values, but at the same time, as an employee working for a company, you want to be proud to represent that company. And that goes from the way management, even ownership, because, it is a franchise.
Yeah.
So, ownership kind of has to establish that culture in a sense.
Yeah, agreed.
But
the image that you portray as you in the field with working with people, all that.
No, that makes sense. That's good. Good. Thank you for sharing that. I know it's kind of one of the things that we're willing to kind of offer. We have certain kind of expectations that we look for, for candidates, but candidates should have the expectations in a company. That's where they're going to work, where they're going to, create their stability or the longevity. Feel comfortable, like going to work, like the people they work with, and want to continue growing with the company.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I agree with that 100%. I do agree with that. It goes with that for both ways.
Well, and then in regards to, I'm not sure if you recall, I know you did mention a little bit on the job description what you saw. One of the things you always ask is kind of what you're looking for on the financial side. Do you have a certain amount, like a certain margin you'd like to make? Like say, I need to make this amount based on my expenses and my experience.
Right.
What would you say that would be?
It's like hourly, yearly. What are we looking for? Like,
if you would just kind of for yearly, what would you say? Kind of looking.
For me, I like to be between 65 and 80. That range, kind of in between, based on where I'm at right now. Because I already when I came with this guy, I think